Alright, this will be like my first post in like, I don't know, a month and a half. Been a while. Let's get this camera out of focus real quick. Driving home from work, making a video as I usually do. My hair is just all out of whack. Wow, yeah, been a while. But I'm not going to really get into what's been going on too much in my personal life. Maybe I'll make a separate video for that. Actually, I'm liking my hair looking nice like that. I'm not that kind of person. My hair just needs to be, you know what? Here we go. Here's what we're doing. Check this out. Here's what we're doing. There we go. That's better. Now no one can judge my hair because you can't see it. Kind of can't see it. So, it's been a while since I made a video about the Rangers. I think last time I made a video about the Rangers, it was maybe 20-something games into the season. It's really been a long time. Again, I won't get into too much going on in my personal life. I'll just leave it at this. School and work. And as a lot of you know, I'm entering medical school, so it's a lot of fucking lab work and homework and just... Anyways, let's talk Rangers. Fuck that. Let's talk Rangers, baby. All right, here we go. Right now, last I checked, if I remember correctly, the Rangers are 10 points out of a playoff spot, but have 2 games at hand on the team that holds the wild card spot, which I want to say is either the Flyers or the Hurricanes. But it's like 10 points we're out, and we do have games at hand. Again, we had 4 games at hand, like hell yeah, but we only have 2 games at hand. So at best case scenario, we're 6 points out of a playoff spot. So where do the Rangers go from here? Okay. Here's what I want. I want the Rangers to not necessarily commit themselves to one thing. I think a good idea for the Rangers, I wouldn't move any of your defensemen unless you can convince someone to take Stahl or Brendan Smith for less than a first-round pick. If you can dump Smith or Stahl's contract on another team without having to retain very much salary for a second-round pick, why not do it? We have enough Why are we fucking stepping on the brakes? What is happening right now? I hate when people jut out from a turn and fucking, instead of accelerating from when they cut someone off, just slowing down like fucking more, whatever. Hate driving. We have enough prospects right now. We have enough C, B level prospects. We don't necessarily need a second round pick. And going into this offseason, we're going to need as much cap space as we can get because, quite frankly, from where I'm sitting right now as a Ranger fan, you'd be stupid to keep Strome and D'Angelo. Honestly, right now, the only thing that I dislike about Strome is his penalties. He takes a lot of really stupid penalties. I saw a stat the other day. He's the only player in the NHL in the past X amount of years to have 40 points and 40 penalty minutes without having a fighting major. So his penalty taking is a little ridiculous, and it's got to cut down because a lot of I want to say at least 5 or 6 penalties I can remember he's taken while we were on the power play this season, and that just got to stop right now. I do not want to move Ryan Strome. I think if you can lock up Strome for between $4.5 million a year, you'd be stupid not to do it, especially if you get it for 5 years. It's not a matter of him being a product of Artemi Panarin, but him and Panarin having so much chemistry that it works. And not for nothing, Strome is a quality two-way center without Artemi Panarin. Like, he's a good third-line center without Panarin giving him all those points. So right now you're looking at this. You got a guy that's getting points because of Panarin, but is not a defensive liability, and in fact is a defensive addition. So if you can have a cheap second-line center behind Mika Zibanejad going into your playoff years that is getting points because of Panarin, because Panarin, in my opinion, is the kind of guy that he needs to be the guy on his line, or else he won't produce as much. Panarin's a playmaker. If he's not the guy making the plays, kind of hard for him to get shit going. It's almost like the situation of having too many cooks in the kitchen, which is a thing. You know, you have 3 forwards on a forward line. If you have 3 playmakers, this shit ain't gonna work. You need a playmaker, a guy to score, a sniper, and a guy to fucking work his ass over the corners. And right now you got that with Foss, Strome, and Panarin. I like that line. I hope they stick together. Keep Strome, keep Foss. That's another thing. I don't think the Rangers should trade Jesper Foss. Re-signing that guy for $2.5 million a year at the maybe even a little bit more than that. I wouldn't go over 3 for him, but $2.5 million a year. 28 years old. Figure he's got 7 more years of effectiveness, which is well into our competing years. I mean, Capo's only going to be 25 in 7 years. Fucking re-sign Foss. You're crazy not to. Let him play up and down the lineup. If you get a guy to replace him down the line, on the top line, you put him back down on the 4th line and just let him do as well as he was in the 4th line, like he was before Panarin. But you're crazy not to sign Strome. You're crazy not to sign Panarin, at least what I'm seeing right now. Now, if Strome is looking for more than $5 million a year, you can cut bait with him. He's easy to replace. I'm sure you can find someone else. I'm getting bad glare on my phone right now. How is that? The whole screen is white. What the heck and what? There we go. Looked like I was ascending to heaven right there. Speaking of which, Kobe Bryant, it looks like he passed away, so God rest King if he did pass away, if the reports are true. Anyways, but if Strome wants more than $5 million a year, ship him off. He can be replaced with someone coming up. If not, keep him. Nothing better. Look, teams that are winning Stanley Cups need players that do not make a lot of money in their top six, but are performing at a high pace. Tony DeAngelo's another one. How the fuck do you trade a guy that's on pace for almost 70 points and is not a defensive liability whatsoever? See, I don't understand why people... I think, honestly, a lot of what you see on Rangers Twitter is just recycled garbage from people that think they know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, if you sit down and watch a fucking game, Tony DeAngelo is not a defensive liability. Now, granted, going back to that Strome not being a defensive liability, that change he made against whoever it was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. But one mistake. But DeAngelo is not a defensive liability. I think he's one of the better defensemen we have. I think last season DeAngelo was our best defenseman. This season, he actually might be our best defenseman again. Point-wise, defensively, he can do everything. I like Tony DeAngelo. Although I will say this, it doesn't look like him, Ruff, and Quinn are getting along. Just from what you see on the bench when they zoom in, when he scores and shit. It always seems like he's kind of brushing off Lindy Ruff, which I honestly don't care about because I think Lindy Ruff is a shit defensive coach. You get guys like freaking Neil Pionk that just ate ass defensively when they were with the Rangers. He goes to Winnipeg and he's just having a friggin' year with them. I think Ruff's got to go. I think he needs to be long gone. I hope the Rangers sign Girardi as a coach. As the defensive coach next season. Who knows? Do something cool. Just get fucking Lindy Ruff the hell out of here. Launch him to the moon. What else? Yeah, so... What else? I wouldn't re-sign Kreider if he wants more than $6 million a year. Okay, I'm looking at it like this right now. I love Kreider. I do. And I'll miss him if and when he's gone. But for a guy that's clipped 50 points, once in his career, and is a consistent 20 goal 40, 50 something point guy is not worth $6-7 million, especially when they go into dry spells. That, oh my god, these jeans are so uncomfortable. I gotta just fix that fucking zipper. You can't. I wouldn't pay him more than $6 million. He's too inconsistent to make more than $6 million a year. You know, we got Kravtsov, Kako, Brendan Lemieux, Buchnevich, who might be out of the way soon too. Who knows? Whoever we draft this year, you got plenty of guys that are going to replace Chris Kreider to where you don't need him if he's going to be as inconsistent as he is, scoring-wise, because he's not really defensive help either, most of the time. I wouldn't pay him more than $6 million. If he wants $5.5 million, I'd make it work. You'd eventually have to dump him anyways, but you don't need to keep Chris Kreider. And if he gets you a haul similar to what Kevin Hayes got us, a first-round pick, a young roster player, and a mid-round pick, how do you not pull the trigger on a 40, 50-point guy? Why the hell would you not do that? He's replaceable. He's not even as fast as he used to be. Like, he's still fast, don't get me wrong. Like, he wheeled it. That goal that him and DeAngelo connected on when DeAngelo sent it all the way down and Kreider picked up and scored was very nice. But he's not as fast as he used to be, at least compared to... it might not be because of his age or his health or whatnot. This could be more of a result of just the league getting faster. Excuse me. But he's not as fast and effective as he used to be. Now, granted, this season he's doing very well, but you got to take into account it's a contract year. Players seem to always do a lot better when they're in a contract year. Might have something to do with how much they're going to get paid, but I wouldn't keep Kreider. And I love Kreider. I got the guy's jersey. I remember when he first came up when we were playing against Ottawa in the playoffs. And was it 2012? The quarterfinals, and it's not worth. It's not worth keeping him around. If he wants more than $6 million, it's just too much. Because then we're going to be in a year or two from now and be like, fuck, why'd we sign this guy? Same thing, like I said the same thing about Brendan Smith. I said we should not re-sign this guy. If he wants more than $3.5 million, it's too much. Or no, re-sign him. He did great. We fucking re-sign him, and sure as shit he sucks, and people want to get rid of him after the first year. I'm just saying. All right, I'm not kissing my own ass, but I'm kissing my own ass on that one. Don't re-sign Kreider. You're gonna fucking hate it. As people that want to berate Brady Shea and Jacob Trouba, for the love of God, the two guys are doing all right. They're doing fine. You gotta think about it like this. You're gonna trade them away, and they're gonna do great somewhere else. just fucking get rid of Lindy Ruff and you're fine. Like Lindy Ruff, it's everything circles back to this guy. If we had a good defensive coach and they were eating ass, fine. We don't have a terrible defensive coach. We have a system that doesn't make sense. Guys are constantly out of position, and people want to trade these guys. No, wait, hold on to them, let them play together. A big reason Trouba wanted to be here was because Brady Shea was here. So why would you fucking ruin that for Trouba? And Shea's a good defenseman, a good defenseman. Right now, the way I look at it, like this, Rangers going forward into the next. God, this glare is really bad. In the next year or two. Our defense next season will probably be the exact same with the subtraction of Mark Stahl and the calling up of Joey Keane or someone else. There's not really... I wouldn't trade away anyone from our defensive core besides Stahl or Smith, who's not really a defenseman anymore. That's really the only change I would make. But yeah, that's all I got to say right now. I just pulled up home from work. I am tired. I got homework galore. Comment down below your thoughts on what I said. If I missed anything that you want me to talk about, comment it down below, and I'll talk about it in the next video I make, whenever that might be. In about 2 months, I'll talk about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.